And you love your job.
I love it. I love my job. And I was in a film, Bugsy Malone, Mike Onions, who was like,
What a great
yeah,
name.
I know. And he was like a Spike Milligan of the Butlin circuit. Thinking
Cocky Cockney.
I really was. I used to be the chirpy Cockney comic.
There you go.
Now I'm the Global Gagster. But it's rhythm, bobbity bum, bobbity. I always say to think bobbity bum, bum.
So is it because?
Well, that's what I just said, bobbity bum, bum.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's the rhythm.
To Hull and Back, which was a Christmas Day film. How do we say it? Pattaya or Pattaya?
Well, there's three ways.
Sienakaville.
Siem Reap.
Sienakaville.
Sanukaville.
Sanukaville.
Oh yeah,
I call it.
It's been taken over by Chinese.
Well, I call
building.
it on the ship. I call it Shitty Nakaville.
Well, Southeast
watch out, I'm going to be
Asia.
run over.
Hey.
Not a lottery ticket.
And the thing is, if
this
you
year-
support one of the big teams, you can only be disappointed.
Yeah.
Whereas-
We're disappointed every week. I love my job. Global Gagster.
If you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not happy, I'm still happy. Everything's so sweet when life's a beach. Yeah, if you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not happy, well, I'm still happy. Every day's complete when life's a beach. Your life's a beach.
Life's a beach.
Oh, life's a beach.
Hey, it's Barry here on another of BAZZA's Beach Walks here on Pattaya Beach, and I love having people to join me on my beach walks, but it's always great when a great friend turns up out of the blue.
morning. Good
And
morning.
he's straight off the ship.
Oh,
He's
Barry.
my old
I'm not
friend.
off the ship. I'm going to the ship.
Oh, you're going
Going
to the ship?
today.
Oh,
I flew in last night.
See, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's my great old friend. He's a fabulous entertainer. It's Jeff Stevenson.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's go
Hello,
for a
mate.
walk. Now, you love walking, don't you?
I do. Well, I've already been out. Well, it's now, what's the time now? It's 8 o'clock in the morning now. I've already been out 40 minutes and just had a coffee.
We see your little phone clips where you're walking around ships and
Yeah.
walking in ports all over the world.
Yeah, I try to do that.
That's what you do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right now, how long have you been doing these cruises?
Well, I started off on the Canberra, your hometown, Southampton,
Yeah.
in the late 80s, about 87, 88.
Right. So nearly 40 years.
Yeah, and it was a completely different world then. A completely different world. Most entertainers, they wouldn't like you to know, but we used to do it just for the holidays.
Yeah.
Because you'd have your summer season and your pantomimes, and then you do the club circuit, where we met at Bailey's at Watford. And then you try and book in about 3 or 4 cruises. And you would go on the Canberra, or I think the QE2. Although the Canberra you would get on and you would leave Southampton and you would get off in Southampton.
Yeah.
And if you'd have told me 40 years ago, but now I would be flying around the world 3 or 4 times a year to do cruises.
And you love your job.
I
don't
love
you?
it. I love my job. I know people used to get wound up. I used to say that online, and people used to say, "Oh, he's winding up," but I do love it. I still love it.
Well, I'm the same. Ever since
Yeah.
I turned professional in '75,
Yeah.
I've loved my job all the way through my career.
Yeah.
And you've had a really good career, haven't you?
Well, 1975. I was just starting myself. I was 14.
Yeah.
And I was in a film, Bugsy Malone.
And I remember watching that film, and I was in Norway, and I thought I was going to see a different film, but I didn't
Yeah.
read the poster properly.
All right.
And I went and I saw Bugsy Malone, and what a great film that was. I
Yeah.
came out thinking, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
the most original film I think I've ever seen.
We're all still proud of it, actually.
And you were kids, weren't you? How old were you when you did it?
I was 14. 14. I was at stage school, and I'd been there a year, almost a year, and Alan Parker. I did about 4 commercials for Alan Parker, who was the producer and the director. Well, he was the director, he wasn't the producer. The producer was very
Brilliant
Alan Marshall.
director. Always
Yeah.
made different films, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah, he did. The Wall,
Well, one of my favourites was Birdie.
Birdie. Yeah. Do you know? I haven't seen it. I'll have to have a look for that.
Well, Peter Gabriel did all the music for it.
Oh wow.
That's the reason I went to see that.
Well,
But another great film, Nicolas Cage.
He was always going for stuff that was off the wall, or if there was a film called The Wall, he did. But even when we did commercials, I did a lot of commercials for him. I mentioned I probably did about 6 or 7. And the Alan Parker Film Company in Great Marlborough Street, just up from the Palladium, their commercials were like films. And that's why he became a film director. Another commercial director who became a film director was Ridley Scott.
Why?
Yeah, and I did a commercial for him, the Levi Jeans advert, and it was 2 days on the set at Shepperton.
Right.
It was like a major film.
So by the time you did Bugsy, you were already familiar with film sets.
Oh yeah. Well, I was familiar with doing commercials, mate. I mean, yeah, we were all kids. I mean, we say we were familiar. I think the whole point of it was
You grow up quickly, don't you?
Yeah.
You mature very quickly in that kind of environment.
yeah. But Alan Parker has said many times that when he cast the gang I was in, Fat Sam's gang, the kids, the fact that we looked like we really weren't actors, made it more appealing.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't dance. I blagged the dancing. It's a story.
And you were pretty chubby, so you were
I was
right
very
Fat-
chubby.
Fat Sam's gang.
Yeah, and it was. I originally auditioned for Fat Sam.
Oh.
Yeah, but then he decided and I was on I was on a long list, but Alan told me, he said, I've got a part for you. He said, it's not as big as Fat Sam, but you'll still have fun. They won't sell many ice creams out next week, will they?
See, gag all the time.
Brian Connolly,
There you go.
Gag. Brian Connolly, 1975, sat next to me at school, and he told me that gag when he heard the stuff. And apparently, I think it's an Eric Morecambe gag.
So when did you get the bug for making people laugh?
Butlins in the late 60s, early 70s. Used to go with my parents and my family. We used to go to Clacton and Bognor and all that.
Yeah.
And I used to watch these fantastic comics. Well, they were fantastic to me at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a comic called Tony Piers, who was absolutely brilliant. He did a bit of television and ended up quite a famous pantomime producer.
So,
and then there was another guy who I really loved watching. Was called Mike Onions, who was like,
what a great name.
I know, and he was like a Spike Milligan of the Butlin circuit.
Oh, really?
He was an alternative
Off the
comedian.
wall.
Yeah, off the wall completely. You would never have put Mike and Butlins together.
Right.
So I think he's still alive. So if you watch him, Mike, I still love watching you.
So then how did you get into sort of thinking, I can do this?
I think as soon as I saw these guys work. As soon as I saw it, and I can remember, this sounds so cheesy, but I can remember sitting...
I like cheese.
Yeah, I remember, so do I. I remember sitting in the Gaiety Theatre at Clacton, and the band came into the pit, the orchestra pit, and then suddenly, da 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 da. You know, there's no business like show business.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is brilliant. And then Dave Thomas would come out, or Dave Butler, you know, in a very smart suit. They always dressed very smart in those days, and it was just brilliant. And they were just really, you know, I mean, they weren't like the comedians are today. They were probably doing old jokes and what have you, but it was blooming good. I loved
Entertainment.
it. Was showbiz.
Yeah.
It was. But people say now showbiz is not like it used to be. It is. There's great comics out there. Lots of great comics out there now.
Yeah. And people still love that kind of variety, don't they, of
Yeah.
different things like singers and
Well,
bands.
I think
and
Michael
comedians.
McIntyre's proven that. He's got a show on at home, and singers on comedians. It's great, yeah. And live at the Apollo. A lot of the older entertainers moan about the young entertainers, but I love it, and I love going around the comedy clubs. I love doing the comedy clubs when I'm home and seeing what's going on.
And then we met at Bailey's in Watford. Now Bailey's,
Watford, Graham White.
what a fantastic place that was. That was like a university, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Graham
Because-
White, the manager. You remember him?
I do remember him
I
very
remember
well.
the night that
He was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy. I remember the night that poor old Tommy Cooper died.
Yeah.
On stage, and it was a week after I'd been on that same show.
Yeah.
And I was working that night, and it was towards the time when Bailey's was about to close.
Yeah.
And I was working with a famous blues guitarist whose name I can't remember now.
B.B. King.
B.B. King. Thank you very much. B.B. King, would you believe, was doing Bailey's Watford one night, and I was opening for him.
Yeah.
And I got there late because I'd seen what had happened to Tommy on the Majesties. And I got there, but Graham White, remember, he was really hard. Nice guy, but hard. Yeah. And he said to me,
They ran the club
Yeah.
really well.
he said to me, Jeff, it was a Geordie, wasn't he? He said, "You're late. Where have you been?" So I said, "Did you see Tommy?" He went, "No." I said, "Tommy Cooper was on Her Majesty." I said, "He died." He said, "He didn't do too well here last week." And he wasn't trying to be funny.
Now, I've got to be honest with
Yeah.
you. The funniest person I've ever worked with was Tommy Cooper
Oh.
at Bailey's.
So,
Right, and I've got
anyway.
so many stories about that. I've told him a million
Oh.
times about how he entertained us on
Brilliant,
stage.
brilliant.
I was in the resident band.
Yeah.
And he was just an amazing person to see live.
Yeah. Well,
And you used to open up, right?
I used to open up, but I worked with Tommy once.
Yep.
And I worked with him on a show called Entertainment Express at Central or Colton. And we were filming it at Elstree.
Okay.
And I was the warm-up guy, but at the time I was also just starting to do television.
Right.
And so I was this young, cocky comic, thinking...
Cocky cop-
I really was. I used to be the chirpy, cocky comic.
There you go.
Now I'm the Global Gagster. Right, so
You've got to have a logo.
yeah. So anyway, I'm doing the warm-ups, and it was a big show. I remember the band leader was a guy called Harry Rubenovich.
Okay.
Right, and he was big name in television with the musicians. So anyway, big orchestra. Mike Reed, bless him, was the compere. Mike
Right.
Reed, the Cockney compere.
Yep.
And I see Tommy sitting backstage, and I went up to him. I said, "Tommy," he went, "Yeah." I said, "Jeff Stevenson." I said, "I'm the compere. I'm not the compere. I'm the warm-up man." I said, he went, "I know." I went, "I'm very, very enthusiastic. I'm very ambitious." He went, "Are you?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He went, "Go on in." I said, "What should I do to do well in this business?" He went, "Well, number one, never go up to a big star and talk to him before he's about to go on." So I went, "Oh," I said, "Tommy, I'm so sorry." And I walked away. He went, "Jeff, come back." He said, "I'm joking." And his advice then, and it was absolutely true. He said, "You don't need advice. You're cocky. You know where you're going." Well, unfortunately, it didn't go as well as I thought Tommy thought it was going to go. But yeah, still having a great career.
No, he was brilliant. He was brilliant at involving everybody, the audience, the band on stage.
Yeah.
I remember once we were laughing so much, me and the bass player were laughing behind. He looked around and the audience were laughing at us.
Yeah.
And he turned around and he said, "Look, if you want to laugh, get a table."
That's lovely. That's lovely. Was that the band with Mel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mel Douglas, Wild Affair.
Yeah. I remember.
So
And George was the compere. Our mate
George Saunders.
George Saunders. I still see to this day he's still an old mate.
Yeah,
Hello, George and Sandra.
Take your hands out of your pocket. You're stock taking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
But it was a great grounding, wasn't it?
Oh.
People say, like, with bands that nowadays they don't come up through the ranks. They don't go do the pubs and they don't do the hard graft.
Yeah.
But that was the hard graft, wasn't it? And
Well-
it puts you in good stead for the rest of your career.
Especially for the support act, because we used to go on at 9:30, and they were eating
Yeah.
scampi and chips in the basket. Scampi in the basket.
Soup in the basket.
So yeah. So there was all that going on. So you literally go on and
Yeah.
anybody who you didn't hang around when you was at Bailey's or any of those clubs,
Yeah.
if you were the support act,
Yeah.
you had to go on and bang and bang it out.
Yeah.
And it was, as you say, very good schooling, but it was still a step up from the social clubs. I used to do the social clubs as well,
Yeah.
and that was hard. I mean, you were competing with the bingo and the pies, and the seafood that had just arrived.
When you've had a great evening and the audience has responded to you, what a feeling is it?
Oh, the best. That's why we're still doing it.
That's the drug, isn't it?
That's
The
right.
travelling. It must take it out of you a little bit.
It does. It really does. The jet lag is the killer.
Right.
It really is. But I sort of deal with it.
What would you have a top tip? What's a top tip for people who
Melatonin.
love travelling?
Melatonin. Get some melatonin, and it keeps the jet lag at bay, or it keeps it controlled. So melatonin before you go to bed, when you land somewhere, and when you get on the plane, have a melatonin. When 2 hours, 2 hours before you want to sleep,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you'll get at least 3 or 4 hours of deep sleep, and it's lovely. And it's not a sleeping tablet; it's just a herbal.
Now, after Bailey's, I joined Brotherhood of Man, so I did that big step up.
Yeah.
And you then had a big step up into television, didn't you?
I did, yeah, in '84. Yeah, I was very lucky. I was doing I was a warm-up man. I was a warm-up comic for the studios, for BBC and London Weekend and Thames and all that.
Which is entertaining the audience before the show is actually recorded.
Well, it's setting the audience up for the show.
Yeah.
So, and that's a career in itself, you know. And sometimes you get told, "Can you please not do your act? Can you just go on,
not be too funny?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so the best warm-up guys were the guys who could pitch their warm-up to suit the show.
Again, another great training school.
Yeah,
it's all up here, isn't it? You've really got to use your brain and get the audience into the right state of mind.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do. Any young comic, I would recommend, if you want to do warm-ups, set a time when you're going to stop doing them. Do it for a year, 2 years maybe. Gets you used to the studio and all that.
Yeah.
Don't do it any longer. I did it too long, if I'm honest.
Oh.
I really did. I did it like 20 odd years, and I got to the point. But I mean, I loved the program Ready Steady Cook. But when I ended up warming up main courses, they do a thing, and then they come and say, "Jeff, can you go out there and do another 10 minutes? We've got a problem with the main course, and we need to change the thing or whatever." And so I thought, I'm warming up food here. This is unbelievable. So that's when I got into the comedy clubs.
Right.
Was a completely different.
And what state of mind do you have to have different from when you're doing like your normal entertainment?
You have to write. You have to write.
You have to be a bit edgier.
It certainly helps if you're edgier. But if you write your own stuff, you can be far more honest, much more honest, in a comedy club than you can if you're doing a social club, and you're booked to do a 45-minute show, and you're on after the bingo, whatever. The only way you're going to survive that is to hit them bang, 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 bang. Most of the comics at that time that I worked with, including myself, just went out and did 45 minutes of jokes that they were in their head or what they heard. But I always liked the writing. Ever since I started out.
You write, obviously you write all your own material.
Not all of it, I write 80%.
Okay.
I do a routine in my act now where I have a go at the audience for laughing at a joke because it's an old joke. And it makes that joke or that run of jokes go even better.
But there are some jokes that never go out of style.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, God bless him, Barry Cryer was a big idol of mine and a big influence on my career. He used to live around the corner from me. In
TV
Pattaya.
writer.
Yeah, TV writer, actor, comedian, brilliant. And he was famous. He had parrot jokes that he used to tell. He had a collection of parrot jokes, and I still do one of them in my act today. And I credit it to Barry. Yeah. And it was great. So some of the old jokes still work.
But that's a great thing on the cruise ships. You've got a lot of time in your hands. Now I know you do your fitness and all that
Don't
kind
tell
of thing.
people that. I told my wife it's a really hard job.
No, but it is really.
Yeah.
It's like me as a songwriter. You've got to work at it and spend time, and you've got to write, say, 20 jokes to get one.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Something like that. I mean, sometimes you can have a run. Last week I was on the Queen Mary 2, and it was the end of the world cruise. I was the last comedian they've been at sea 4 months.
Yeah.
A lot of the audience have been on there for 4 months, getting on in Southampton, getting off in Southampton. And I was sitting on the plane, flying down to Tenerife, and I thought, so I wrote about 10 end of world cruise jokes that tied in with what's going on at the moment in the world, and 4 of them I did, because you write it as you say. I reckon it's half and half. If you write 10 gags, half of them you'll probably try in the act, and then maybe two of them will stick.
Right.
And then you might keep them or save them for the next time I'm on the act.
Because you don't really know until you actually try it, do you?
No.
I mean, audiences are fickle.
Yeah, I mean, I 9 times out of 10,
with your experience, you must get an inkling of what's going to work.
Writing a joke is a bit like writing lyrics. Sometimes the joke doesn't need to be that brilliant, but if it's got the right rhythm, and it will land. Yeah. But whereas other jokes, you can write brilliant jokes, but if you haven't got the right setup and the right premise, then it won't work. It's amazing how one word. I'm not name dropping, but we were having dinner on the ship the other day, and with Rory Bremner.
Oh yeah.
Who's probably since Mike Yard was
Impressionist.
The best, since Mike Yard was probably the best impressionist in the UK.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Barry Cryan, and I said, "Oh, I tell the parrot joke, you know," and he said, "What punchline do you use?" I said, "What do you mean?" So I said, "Well, I use when the husband walks in, I say, and the parrot says, 'Oh, Derek,' and Rory said, 'You know what? Barry and I had this discussion. Derek is not a great name to use for that punchline. Try Keith.' So I said, 'Why?' He said, 'Because there's a K in it.' So I said, 'All right.' Next night I went on, did the joke, said Keith, got twice the laugh it normally gets.
Amazing.
Yeah, because there's a K in the punchline. I don't know how that works.
A psychologist would have a field day with that.
Yeah, yeah. But it is. It's rhythm. Bobbity bum, bobbity. I always say to comics, if you're doing one-liners and all that stuff, and you want constant laughs, think bobbity bum, bobbity bum.
So
bum.
is it because it's a one syllable?
I don't know. You get
Because I always remember
could be.
on Blackadder once,
Yeah.
and the funniest thing was when he just said Bob,
Yeah,
Bob,
yeah,
and you laughed at Bob.
yeah,
Now I worked with the Barron Knights for a while, and Butch.
yeah,
He was a great guy, really, a really good friend.
yeah.
And he told me that comedy comes in threes,
Oh, the rule of three.
the rule of three.
Yeah. I suppose it does. Yeah. I use that. I do use that.
There's a setup,
Yeah,
the one where you make sure that people understand what the setup was.
Yeah.
And then you hit them with the third one.
well, that's what I just said. Bobbity bum, bum, bum.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's the rhythm.
yeah, exactly.
See, amazing. Things you learn. So now, you did, people might recognise you. They might say, where have I seen him before? But only Fools and Horses.
Oh yeah, well you've got to be a big Fools and Horses fan to.
Everyone's an Only Fools and Horses.
Well, yeah, I mean
that
it's
was some of
amazing.
the greatest writing ever.
Yeah, John was brilliant. John Sullivan, absolutely brilliant. Big tree coming up here. Yeah. I was very lucky. Once again, I started doing the warm-ups for John for shows that he did, and then he gave me a load of bits and pieces. I did Citizen Smith for him. I played a soldier, which we were taking over Parliament. Then I did a thing called Sob Sisters, where I played a waiter, and then I was so lucky to get Fools and Horses as the warm-up, or one of the warm-ups. The other warm-up guy was a guy called Bobby Bragg, who was legendary as far as warm-ups go, and we really miss him. And then I was asked to do To Hull and Back, which was a Christmas Day film, and I played PC Parker with Jim Broadbent. Famous actor now, he was famous at the time. But
He
now
just kept a
famous
straight
worldwide.
face. He was still
Yeah.
funny, wasn't he?
Oh, Slater. He was brilliant. So there was Jim, Chris Mitchell played the other copper, the detective, and I played the uniform copper, and it was great. And then I thought, well, I won't cut. That's me gone now, unless they bring the copper back for another episode. And then I got the one that I played the comedian at Rodney's Stag Night, and it was called Little Problems.
He was the comedian at Rodney's Stag Night. Come on.
And we do these conventions every now and then. They do them every year, but I do them when I can.
Yeah.
And I went to one in Milton Keynes, and I got called on stage, and they're all dressed up as Del Boy and Rodney and Uncle Albert and Grandad and all this. And I go on, and I literally walked on, and I just thought, I'll do the line from the show. I went, hi-ho, and they all wanted the lines from the show.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant.
Well, it kind of like Monty Python. Everybody remembers
Yeah.
a lot of those lines from Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
That's how good the writing was.
Oh, just brilliant. But, I mean, they do Doctor Who conventions, similar thing around or Star Trek. They do that as well, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
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 And so you did those, and then you had you were a host, weren't you? On
Jumble.
on what was it, Chaz and Dave?
Chaz and Dave. Oh, well, I did the Chaz and Dave
I
show.
remember that.
When
Very well.
I was very young, I think 20, 21 maybe, I did a guest spot on Knees Up, Chaz and Dave's Knees Up.
Right.
And that led to a load of stuff. I got all the different variety shows, and then I got my own show, my own half-hour show called The Entertainers, and it was a series where there was 6 different shows, and we were all new. And there was French and Saunders, they cracked on from there. Ben Elton was in one of the shows with a group of comics, a group called Foundation, who I think turned out to be Hal and Pace in the end.
Okay.
Chris Barry, who went on to do different shows.
Again, another little University of Comedy.
Joe Longthorne was on that same series. Yeah. So anyway, so then that led to Chaz and Dave. I don't know what happened. They were doing these up. They did the first series. London Weekend wanted to do the second series, but I think Chaz and Dave maybe didn't want to do it. And so this wonderful guy at London Weekend, a guy called David Bell, who was an absolute giant of light entertainment. He was the guy that did all the Stanley Bachelor shows and all this stuff. He cast me as the compere for Knees Up. I was 21, 22. Too soon, but I tell you what, it was great fun. And I look back at it now, and it's a few episodes on.
But that was a fun show. I remember it being. There's a lot of music in it. You had Albert Lee. You get all these very famous guests come on.
That's right.
Phil Lynott was on it, wasn't?
Yeah, we had what's his name? Ronnie Donegan. He was on. It was great.
Legends.
Yeah, The Bachelors. Yeah,
more legends.
Yeah, more legends. Yeah, The Bachelors.
Diane. So you love doing your fitness and. You walk around the ships, don't you? So, I mean, sometimes, how far are you walking around one circle around the ship?
It depends on what ship it's on, what ship I'm on. If I'm on Queen Mary 2, I think it's 4 times round is a mile, or it might be 3.5 times, and that's a big one. Yeah, the one I'm getting on today, which is the Regent 7 Seas Navigator, that's about less than half.
And that's just up the road from here, Lam Shabang.
Lam Shabang. Lovely name.
Yeah, and then where do you go to?
We go to Koh Samui tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then we're in Singapore overnight.
Yeah.
Where I was a few weeks ago on holiday with my wife and son. And then we go to Port Klang in Malaysia. And then I leave the ship in Phuket next week.
Right.
So and I get home, I'll be home for Sunday lunch. Next Sunday, yeah, which is great.
What a fantastic week! What a great week! I mean, it's great to be able to look forward to the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I find that here every week. I look at my diary and I go, "Oh, what a fantastic week this is going to be."
Yeah, well, that's you're like me. You're always so positive.
Isn't it a great way to spend your life?
It is. I mean, I've got to be honest. I've been coming to Pattaya for years. How do we say it, Pattaya or Pattaya?
Well, there's 3 ways. There's Pattaya.
Yeah.
There's Pattaya, the way the Americans go. But the way the Thais say it is Pattaya.
Pattaya.
So you put the accent in wherever you want.
All right, because I've been saying Pattaya for years, and there was I had a discussion with a member of my family not that long ago, and when I said Pattaya, it's Pattaya. So we're all right.
It is a fascinating place, isn't it?
It is in more ways than one. It really is. But I love the Pattaya that you live in.
Yeah.
That's what I love, and every time I come here, we discuss this. And I love the Pattaya that you see.
Well, there's a tourist side which gets publicised more than anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, people who live here, I mean, I never go to bars.
No.
And there's so much more.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some great meals with you over the years.
Restaurants.
Restaurants.
There's more and more restaurants opening all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic. You can get anything you want. It's wonderful.
Mind you, I had a great jungle curry last night in one of the food courts.
What's a jungle curry?
A jungle curry. Well, I've got this. I've been told that I've got to cut carbs by my doctor. So,
but you've lost some weight.
I've lost, quite a bit.
So you've been looking after yourself.
Yeah. So I put in, what can I have in Thailand? And you can have tom yum. You can have the papaya salad, is it?
Yeah.
As long as it's not sugary. And you can have
which Thai girls eat all the time.
Do they?
And that's why they're so slim and they're healthy.
Well, the jungle curry is no coconut milk.
Okay.
And it's made in water, so it's like a broth with chicken or pork or whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I had that last night, and the girl said, "Oh, do you want it spicy?" I went, "Yeah." She went, "Like a local?" I went, "Yeah." Oh my God, it was fantastic. I have to say, really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
So and
that was brave of you.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Now the food is unbelievable. Yesterday I had cow soy, which comes from Chiang Mai. It's a Chiang Mai dish.
All right.
I found somebody who it's like a street food seller.
Yeah.
And makes it in the morning just close to where I live.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. It's one of the best dishes I've ever tasted in my life. And she sold out by 11 o'clock.
I love the street food. I think the street food's great. I want to try larb. I've never had larb.
Yeah,
which is minced chicken or minced pork
with rice and
vegetables rice
and all kinds of ingredients.
Yeah.
Now, you've been to lots of tropical locations around the world.
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
I love Bangkok. Really love Bangkok. I love the how vibrant it is and how busy it is. I like coming here. As I said, I like seeing your world here.
It's never a dull moment.
No.
In Bangkok or here.
Yeah. I had a week, in fact 2 weeks last year. I had 3 or 4 days in Bangkok with my wife and my son, and we had the most fantastic time. And it was nice to see it through a tourist's eyes rather than an entertainer who's in between shifts. Yeah. So, because if I'm not going to go and do all the sightseeing stuff.
You want to stay away from Tommy's Forest, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So it was nice to see that. We went to Chinatown, did all that stuff. We love
Chinatown.
Yeah, there's a hotel, the mansion that you told me about.
Oh,
yeah.
And then the street food there, it's got to be best in the world.
Street food, unbelievable, especially in Chinatown.
Yeah,
really good. I love Sydney. I love Australia. I've really become a big fan of Japan.
Right, I can understand that.
I really love Japan now. I love how peaceful it is.
And the people are very nice.
People are nice.
And it's organised.
The food's great. It's clean. Love Singapore. Just had a couple of weeks holiday a few weeks ago with my wife and son in Singapore again. Once again, saw it for a tourist eyes.
Well, they're all peaceful places where it's just, all the infrastructure, it works, everything works.
Yeah, Singapore. If there's anywhere in Asia I would like to live, if I did live down here, which I never will, it would be Singapore.
Yeah, except you need the money. Because your money will go twice as far here in Thailand.
Yeah, I understand that.
But I know what you mean.
I mean,
it's a very together place.
I judge a lot of places by their airports. And Changi,
and that is the best.
The best.
Yeah.
I've never seen a band playing in a fast food restaurant. A piano and drums. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and the cleanliness. Japan's a very quirky country, isn't it?
Oh, I just love it.
It's great to visit.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who's living there, and I'm not sure it's a place that you want to live.
Well, my mate James McPhee, he lives in Japan, and he's an actor.
Yeah.
And he works at the theme parks and what have you. And he absolutely loves it. And I met him last year, and I could see why he loves it. People, I love them, and the food. I never used to like sushi, but I really do now, and I like all the stuff.
I just went to Vietnam for the first time last month, and to Da Nang, and I thought the people there were fabulous.
Yeah, Vietnam's great. Vietnam's lovely.
It's a real developing country.
Yeah.
That is.
My son went to Cambodia, and I said to him, I'm not crazy about Cambodia. He said, well, where'd you go? I went, Sihanoukville.
Siem Reap.
Sihanoukville.
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 Oh yeah,
I call it.
That's been taken over by Chinese.
Well, I call
building.
it on the ship. I call it Sihanoukville. Right.
Well, Southeast Asia.
I'm going to be run over.
Hey.
Not a lottery ticket.
Now, Southeast Asia is a wonderful place to live. I've really made my home here now.
Yeah.
And with the internet, you don't miss out on anything.
But where you live is so quiet, isn't it?
I shouldn't mention football, should I? QPR.
Listen, my team, we're used to being down there. Today, the day we're recording this, we really matter today, because if we beat...
But you'll be mid-table obscurity.
Yeah, but if we beat Ipswich today, right, and Millwall beat Oxford, that means that Millwall go up automatically, and we won't have to play them again next year.
I see you're thinking.
I mean, I like Millwall, but it's a bit...
Okay, you can check the results to see if you can try them.
Yeah, but you're a big supporter of Pattaya.
Oh, Pattaya United.
Pattaya United.
What an exciting season we've had, right?
Really?
Because we actually got relegated last year.
Yeah.
But because of one of the teams in League Two couldn't afford to take their players all over the country and stuff. They couldn't come up with the finances. Pattaya got re-promoted. So we thought, oh, it's going to be a tough season. Anyway, sure enough, towards the end of the season, we were almost relegated, right? But we fought, and some of those games, I've got to tell you, was just some of the best I've ever seen.
Oh, I love it.
You know, and the Pattaya United games, it's great. We get about like 4 or 5 different languages, giving the referee some stick.
Yeah.
And people holding red, yellow cards up, you know.
Yeah.
It's just fun. And of course the Thais and us foreigners, we're all on the same side.
Yeah.
So we have great fun, and we stayed up.
Well, that's why I still love QPR, because QPR, it is proper, you know, it's a proper old club. We're in the middle of a housing estate in White City.
I've been there.
And it's just, it's still got, you could sit at the back of the stand and you feel as though you're close to the play.
Right.
You know, it's just brilliant. And we've been feeling it.
And the thing is, if you
year.
support one of the big teams, you can only be disappointed.
Yeah.
Whereas
we disappoint every week.
In our kind of case, right, we can only be overjoyed at something that might happen.
Yeah. No, I love it. I've supported them since I was a kid, so you know, it's a family.
And so, how long do you think you can carry on doing this lifestyle?
As long as I can do it. I mean,
As long as you stay fit and healthy.
As long as I stay fit and healthy.
It's not like you need to retire or you want to retire. I always find, like with music, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a job that I want to get out of.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm still
exactly.
doing it now. And I think it's probably the same in yours.
I'll probably calm the travelling down in a few years' time.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever stop working. Even if I mean, you know, I'll cruise as long as I can. Unfortunately, in this business, they tell you when to stop.
Oh.
You don't tell yourself.
Right.
You know, I'll know. I think I'll know when it's time to stop. I think I've got a few more years left. Yeah. I still enjoy it. And if I stop doing the stand-up on ships and I'm working at home, then hopefully I'll be able to go into the acting, do a bit more character acting.
Oh, yes.
I've done that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You did that snooker film.
I did.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, Touching the Blue.
And that was really good, wasn't it?
Well, it was the most.
And you did straight acting in that.
It was the most unbelievable situation. You know, we had the pandemic. I remember I was talking to you once or twice a week down here. You were telling me all about what was going on down here. I was at home, no work. I thought the world had come to an end, which it felt like that. So anyway, I got this phone call out of the blue from an old mate called Joe Wemble, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, what do you think?" "Nothing." So he said, "Do you want to do a film?" I went, "Oh yeah." He said, "When lockdown stops in a few weeks' time, hopefully," he said, "we want to do this film." I said, "Who's in it?" He said, "You." I said, "Well, who else?" And he went, "No one else. All the other bits are already recorded from a stage show." So I went, "What's it about?" He said, "An old snooker player." I said, "I've never played snooker in my life, not professionally, you know, not good enough to." He went, "You don't need to. There's no snooker play from you in it." He said, "You're playing an old snooker player who's making a comeback at the World Finals at the Crucible." He said, "But he's been through it all, and it's just him and the camera, and he comes into the dressing room 3 or 4 times after games and all that, and then it's not a very nice ending." So I said,
Well, it's a short film, but it was
45 minutes.
It was riveting.
45 minutes. So he said 45. So I said, "Joe, I'm not sure I'm the right man." He went, "You are. I want you to do it." So he sent me the script. I rang him up again. I said, "Joe, I've looked at this. I'm not sure."
Because you look old and washed up.
No, it wasn't that. It was because
He said, "You're the man for it."
I said, "Yeah, I looked right for it, but I just thought it's too much to remember." He said, "Look, we're going to do it over 5 days."
Yeah.
So I said, "But that's still remembering nearly 10 minutes a day of material, of dialogue." Anyway, and when we did it, got to the end of it, I thought, well, that'd be a video that I'll have on my shelf.
Yeah. And it was something to do.
Well, but you know what? We filmed it, and the guys said this could be really good. We're going to enter it into a few film festivals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. Anyway, about 4 months later, the first award came in, and then the second award. We had 26 awards that we won at these film festivals.
Well, the thing is, it was believable.
Yeah.
And you made it believable.
Thank you.
I was shocked because, you know, I've known you a long time. And
Yeah.
I hadn't seen you act like dead straight.
Well, it
like
was a
that.
side of me that no one's seen, so that's what I'm hoping. But I've still got that in the locker. So when I do decide in a few years' time to slow the cruise.
I've always had the theory
I'm gonna
that the
do it.
reason why comics are good actors is because when you go out on stage, that's what you are.
Yeah. You
So
can have a really bad day, and then you go out and do 45 minutes of comedy, and it's you're absolutely right. Yeah, when I look back, one of my favourite comics when I was a young kid was Max Wall. And Max
I saw him with Mott Hoople, Rock and Roll Circus.
and
Hilarious.
Well, Max Wall did a one-man show in the West End, and I went to see it, and it was absolutely brilliant because he did it like an actor.
So there you go. Here we are in Pattaya.
Pattaya.
You know, and it's great to see you, Jeff.
Great to see you, Barry.
Always nice that you come and visit.
Yeah.
And we can have a little catch up. But I do follow you all around the world.
Thank you.
And I think he's doing it, so I don't have to.
Yeah, I love your videos. Your videos are great.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's you. You really sell Pattaya well, which is good. You put it on the positive side.
Well, because I love the place, you know, and then sometimes
Yeah.
you see people, you know, making negative comments about it, and I think to myself, no, there's nothing negative about Pattaya.
Yeah.
I just love it here, and I've still yet to find anybody who can tell me of a better place to live.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, brilliant. Have a great week on your cruise, and
you.
for the rest of your life,
Oh, right.
doing what you do. And you. What do you love?
I love my job. Global Gagster.
Check him out. Global Gagster.
See you, Barry.
If you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not